Before we start, if you enjoy these real-life stories, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. It all began on a Friday evening, the kind of evening you expect to be light, fun, nothing heavy. The office holiday party. My wife, Emily, had insisted I come along, even though I wasn't exactly a fan of crowded, loud gatherings. I agreed, mostly because she kept reminding me, everyone will be there, it'll be fun. As we walked in, I felt that familiar mix of pride and discomfort. Pride because I was with her, my smart, beautiful wife. Discomfort because I never liked these office dynamics, the forced small talk, the endless smiling. We greeted coworkers, laughed at a few jokes, and clinked glasses. I was trying to enjoy myself, really. But there was a subtle tension I couldn't quite name. We found a spot near the drinks table. Emily leaned close and whispered, almost in a breath, "Go sit somewhere else. I'll be right there." Her eyes darted to a corner of the room, and something in the way she said it, a sharpness I hadn't heard before, made my stomach twist. I paused. "Is everything okay?" I asked, trying to keep my voice casual. "Oh, just go," she insisted, slipping past me. "I'll find you later." I wandered to a table across the room, watching her out of the corner of my eye. 10 minutes passed. I chatted with a few coworkers, laughed at jokes I didn't really get, my mind slowly drifting back to Emily. Something didn't feel right, and that little voice in my head, the one I usually ignored, was starting to scream. I noticed her laughing, leaning close to someone I didn't recognize at first. A man. And not just talking casually, she was close, touching his arm, tilting her head, whispering in that same voice she'd used on me. That whisper, that intimacy, wasn't hers with me. My chest tightened. I felt frozen, caught between denial and shock. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe I was imagining it. Maybe he was just a coworker. I told myself these things repeatedly, but the unease lingered. My phone buzzed, a text from her. I opened it. "Sorry, busy. I'll see you later." Just 2 words, yet the coldness stung worse than a slap. The Emily I knew, the woman who would have smiled at me, added a joke, sent a little heart emoji, this message wasn't her. I moved closer, trying to hear, but keeping my distance. And then I saw it clearly. Her hand on his shoulder, her head tilted as she laughed at something he said. That laugh, the one I thought I knew so well, wasn't meant for me tonight. My mind raced. Was I overreacting? Was it innocent? I wanted to confront her, to demand answers right there, but fear held me back. Fear of what I might find. Fear of shattering everything I thought was true. As I stood there, memories began flashing, not just of tonight, but small moments from the past months. Secretive smiles at her phone, late nights she had to work, excuses that never quite made sense. Little things I had brushed aside, now stabbing at me like jagged glass. Each memory piled on top of the next, and suddenly, the room felt suffocating. 10 minutes later, she turned and noticed me staring. Her eyes widened, and a flicker of something crossed her face. Guilt, maybe, or fear. She quickly pulled her phone from her pocket and typed a message, too fast for me to see. I knew then I had a choice. Walk away and pretend I hadn't seen anything, or confront her. My heart told me I couldn't ignore it. "Emily," I said quietly, but with enough strength to carry across the small crowd. She froze. I saw you," I continued, my voice breaking. "With him." "Who is he?" Her face fell. For the first time that night, she looked genuinely shaken. "Wasim, it's not what it looks like," she began, stumbling over words that sounded hollow even to my ears. But the truth had already spilled itself out in the details I had noticed. The way her hand lingered, the whispered laughter, the sudden text she tried to hide. I could feel the years of trust cracking, piece by piece. We left the party early. The ride home was silent, each of us lost in our own storm. I wanted to scream, to beg for answers, but I felt empty instead. That night, I made a choice, not out of anger, but for myself. I couldn't undo what I had seen, couldn't erase the betrayal. I needed space, clarity, and the courage to rebuild my life, whether she was in it or not. In the weeks that followed, I reflected constantly. Every small gesture, Every memory suddenly seemed tinged with suspicion. But with reflection came clarity. I learned that love is not just passion, it's trust, honesty, respect. When those are gone, what remains is a hollow echo. I won't lie, it hurt. It still hurts sometimes, but that hurt taught me something vital. Self-respect, boundaries, the courage to confront uncomfortable truths. And slowly, day by day, I started reclaiming myself, my strength, and my peace. The hardest part wasn't seeing the betrayal, it was accepting it and deciding I deserved better. And in that acceptance, I found a quiet kind of closure, one that no party, no whispered words, and no betrayal could take from me. If you've ever felt betrayal, confusion, or heartbreak, share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. And remember, the first step to healing is acknowledging the truth, no matter how painful it is.